It's time now for the Business of Health, brought to you by Hendricks Regional Health. What's for lunch? Well, it's top of mind for Hoosier students every school day, and a handful of Indiana organizations on a mission to make the menu more local. Business of Health reporter Kylie Valletta is here with more. Kylie.
Thank you, Gary. Indiana Grown is part of a team that's working to increase the amount of local food on school lunch menus statewide. The organization connects Indiana farmers and producers with greater opportunities to market and sell their products locally. Indiana Grown for Schools is its newest project, and the group is cooking up a resource guide to help schools connect with local farmers and producers. Indiana Grown Membership Development Program Manager Heather Tallman joins me now to tell us more about the project. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
This guide sounds a little boring, the concept of it, but it's meant to show what farmers out there want to sell to schools and what they are selling. So why is the guide the first step to make this happen?
Well, there are almost 600 school corporations in the state of Indiana, and each one has a school food service director that really does not have time to chase down and curate all the local food in their area like they would like to. And then on the other hand, we have farmers who are making, producing, packaging foods they would like to sell to schools, and they don't know how to have that conversation with those buyers. Our hope is this guide will bridge that gap.
So why do we want our kids to eat locally? Why is that a healthier option?
Well, I think anyone would say that food that comes a shorter distance is probably ideal, whether we're buying it at the grocery store, eating it at a restaurant, or at school. And school lunchrooms, in a lot of ways, are kind of the state's biggest restaurant. And so we just want to try to maybe move the needle a little bit on making that easier for the buyer.
So I have kids and I buy most of the food for our home. Eating local is often more expensive. So how do you make the economics work for schools that are on really tight budgets?
The nice thing about this grant and project is that we have partners that can help guide the food service providers on what that looks like, between what the USDA and government allows for in their budget, between that and the education that the food service buyers have. But you know, when you think about economy of scale, when we have a large school corporation who's going to set up a routine and a schedule to buy, that will help guide the producer and the farmer to know how to price it. So it's really a conversation starter. We had to start somewhere, and hopefully the guide will be just that.
And you mentioned online also. It's not just a paper guide, but online as well.
Absolutely. It's going to be online. That way it's always going to be fluid and changing as we grow, and then a paper copy that will be dispersed about a year from now.
And your main call to action right now is for those farmers and producers to complete a survey. Tell us about the importance of that.
Absolutely. We don't know what we don't know. So in order to be in the guide that we hand out to all these schools, we need the producer to fill it out. Even if they're maybe kind of on the fence about it, we can maybe help counsel them and educate them on what it would take to go to that next level.
So you mentioned this guide. It could be distributed next fall to the schools. There are nearly 600 school corporations in the state, so this could really drive big business for the farmers.
Absolutely. We really feel like this is going to be an impactful move for Indiana agriculture on the whole. It's something that's relatable to everyone, and I believe there's a way that all different forms of agriculture can be touched in this, from sweet corn to bread to fluid milk. It's a little bit of something for everyone.
And throughout the entire state, county by county.
So a buyer will be able to look at that guide and see not only what's in their county, but what's in their surrounding county.
So in your position, you talk to a lot of farmers, and you say those farmers want to sell to schools, and the schools want to buy from the farmers, but this guide just really helps connect the dots. You're doing the legwork.
Yeah, there are not a lot of conversation guides to kind of help maximize everyone's time. We can't have 10 or 15 farmers showing up at a school saying, look at my greens and my corn. Likewise, we can't have a director feeling like they have to call these different farmers. That's not a good use of their time. We're going to hopefully funnel and navigate that information for them.
Well, Heather, thank you so much for being here. Great project, and hopefully we can get some good food in schools, local food soon.
Yeah,
Thanks for being here. Gary, back to you.